Good morning, everyone. This morning we're continuing with Merging with Śiva, Chapter 3, which is entitled The Purpose of Life, drawn from the 1970 Master Course, and we're up to Lesson 16. Awareness as a lotus flower, continued. See awareness as a lotus flower. The lotus flower goes through many, many experiences. A few weeks ago in Bangkok on Innersearch, we drove out into the Thai countryside and we saw many, many lotus flowers growing wild. They're just beautiful. See awareness as a lotus flower. First, awareness is a seed. And it's breaking out of the instinctive elements, the hard shell of the seed. But it's living right within the seed. It is dynamic life at that very time, tuned in with the central source of energy. Then it breaks out and it becomes roots. And then awareness becomes a stem, becomes conscious of water all around it. Finally, the stem emerges above the water and awareness has leaves and a bud. It's still limited awareness because it's not in its fullness. But as that awareness expands, it opens up into a beautiful lotus flower, then creates more seeds for more flowers. Nice description there. Though we have a very lengthy series in the Shum language about the lotus flower. Definitely one of the most mystical series. Well worth studying it. Started in the second dimension. Sara. Flower, lotus flower, physical or astral, such as a chakra. The lotus flower has within it the mystery that holds the mind in attention to its beauty. Whether a bud or a bloom, the lotus is beautiful. It instantly represents to the mind life, the path of attainment, and new beginnings. Isara, to bloom or open as a flower, physical or astral, such as a chakra lotus, bloom or grow in the astral plane, spiritual desire, readiness, and aspiration for growth or unfoldment on the path. This area of the mind depicts growing, flowering, blooming. The bloom of a flower or a soul's growth in enlightenment is something to behold. It is a rare happening during a lifetime and only happens when the karmas are balanced and the inner sound is listened to daily with rapt attention. And one step deeper. Isara, yoga of the three rivers, Triganga, merging and filling the body, Satchidananda experience. These are the tremendous roots of the lotus of the brilliant lights. Opening the door to knowledge by entering the cool lake of wisdom, wherein one is free from intellect and motion of the mind. This calm lake, Saravana Bhava, is the passageway into the Akasha. When the bloom of all four chakras is brightly shining and the roots speak their wisdom, the mystery of the fifth chakra is ready to unfold. Seek out the Guru and happily open yourself to the timely wisdom of the realm forbidden to those who, while budding, have not yet blossomed. Kadi Isara, one step deeper. Tantra of flowing the quantum river from the 14th dimension into the body. Knowledge of an area at the quantum level of consciousness where all form begins. The first river, the Kauai. Kadi Isara is found within you, above the top of the head. Here begins the flow of Amrita, the flow of cosmic energy, the flow of quantum particles of many colors. We use 18 of these colors in the two sadhanas called Lamphnyam and Lamphnyam, releasing the energies of actinic force from as far above as your arms and hands can reach above the head with elbows straight. Slowly begins the flow of the second river, Mavumna. Makadi Isara. Experience of the Kundalini lotus stem and the golden soul body. This nadi extends to the top of the head from its connection to the spiritual heart center, Hridaya, on the right side. It lies within the causal body, called Amrita Nadi or Atma Nadi in Sanskrit. It is separate from the Sushumna, the stem and bud of the Sarasvara chakra, now matured and ready to unfold, destroy by fire, burn, consume negative vasanas. The stem and bud of cool fire of the lotus of the crown chakra with 1,000 petals holds the secret of divine sight within the deep inner mind of constant intuition. Kamakadi Isara. The seventh chakra, named Sarasvara in Sanskrit, attribute illumination, located at the crown of the head, in the area of the mind of the Sarasvara chakra in full bloom, a radiant display of lights of various pastel colors is seen. It is mystically seen extending above the head as 1,000-petaled lotus made of quantums of light particles. This center of divine actinic force holds the intelligence of the inner and outer bodies. Its center holds the secrets of divine sight. The door to the universe, color gold, planet Neptune, element sense, shunya, or void, petals 1008. We got through that. Wonderful study, how they all relate together. Back to the text and the lotus pond in Thailand, in case you forgot where we were. This is the path of awareness. Become acquainted with the awareness, that one beautiful, pure element of the soul, your superconscious body, which is easily found and easily discovered by simply closing your eyes and opening them and saying, I am aware. Awareness is closely identified to the realms of sight. Hearing, of course, too, but more predominantly sight. As awareness expands and as awareness contracts, we find that we have the power over awareness. Merely becomes a tool. The underlying power of awareness is the blissful state of the spiritual body of man. Pure consciousness, the central source of all energies in its blissful calm state. Meditate on awareness being like a lotus flower. Then we get commentary from Shum. In Shum, there are a few levels of awareness in the Shum language, not just one level of awareness. Just looking at the first level today, the first level we encounter is Ni'if, individual awareness or perception, which differs from vast consciousness. The observation of individual awareness. Individual awareness distinguished from impersonal consciousness. The perception of being aware. And when Ni'if is traveling, it is called Ni'imf. Awareness flowing through the mind, being singularly aware of one area and then another. Ni'imf constantly changes its name to the name of the area it becomes conscious in while traveling, and is only called Ni'imf when it is the thread of consciousness traveling or in between one of the names of awareness and another. For instance, Ni'imf, when traveling through Balikana, is then called Balikana. And when traveling through the experience of Nara Shum, it is named that. Ni'imf can travel from the seventh to the fourth dimension. Its home is the fifth and fourth dimensions, but it usually resides in the fourth, looking at the third. In contrast to I'if, which is the observation of awareness flowing through the higher areas of mind. Awareness is psychic sight and hearing. Awareness traveling while seeing with the inner eye and hearing with the inner ear into and out of areas of the mind. Represented in Mamsani Ma and Mambashu Ma by a flowing line between portraits. That's the Shum. And then we look at Sanskrit and Tamil. One of the Sanskrit words for awareness is sakshan, which our lexicon defines as eyewitness, awareness, the witness consciousness of the soul, known as ni'if in the mystical Nada language of Shum. So therefore we can say that ni'if is the Shum word and sakshan is the Sanskrit word for the same thing, awareness. And you get Tamil, for those who know Tamil. So the Tamil word is based on the Sanskrit word. Sanskrit sakshin becomes satchi, witness, which is just an ordinary word. And Tamil is not a mystical word. It could mean like a witness at a trial. So it's the person who is witnessing what someone else or is doing or what something else that's happening. So I thought I'd keep it short because it's a little dense there in the middle. Stretch the brain out enough for one morning. Om Namah Shivaya.